So at Sogeti, we say that actions speak louder than words. And we launched in 2010 a network at Sogeti Sweden for women in or getting into the IT sectors. And you, Therese, you have been one of the leaders of the networks since it launched. And my question for you is, what would you say are like the key factors for the success throughout the years?
I think there was a desperate need for women networks. That has been obvious because we've had thousands of members getting into the network. Now 5,000 members in 17 locations. We've had events with so many attendees. The last one, for instance, 800 people. So there's still a need for networks, and we want to make women more visible. So when they say there are no women in IT, or there are no women that have this or that skill that we're looking for, we claim the opposite. And our aim is to constantly visualize these fantastic women that we can find in the IT sector in Sweden. Also, mentorship has been something highlighted from our members for many years. So 2 years ago, we started this mentorship initiative together with another sister network called Data Tjej, and where we provide mentorship. So you can be an adept or a mentor. We call it match and go. And for now, we've had around 1,400 ladies getting together in this way.
Yeah, and that's very impressive. And women supporting each other is one part of why it's very important to have female networks still. But why would you say, what are the other contributing factors why it's important to have female networks still in 2021?
Well, I see that our networks are it's still a sort of a safe haven where you can grow your network of peers, women peers, grow your visibility, get ideas and inspiration about how to grow your visibility about yourself, so you get the roles and positions that you want, and also how to have close discussions with your peers. So it's super important still, and I see also that men tend to maybe spend more time on networking, or have done so for many years, a lot informal networking. And as we see when we invite to our events, last time, like I said, 800 people joined. So obviously there's still a need for female networks.
And finally, what would you say in general are the key actions you need to take to drive gender balance?
Well, first of all, I would say there are no silver bullets. Sometimes I get asked, can you say one thing that we should do to drive gender balance and make it work tomorrow? Yeah. There are no silver bullets. So it's hard work. It's on the top agenda of any modern company or organization today, which means that it's also being perceived as business critical, much more than it was just like 10 years ago. So if it's business critical, of course, what's the vision, what's the plan, what's the KPIs, and super important to follow up so you can see if you move the dial. Management attention is another thing that is super important. We have super engaged leaders here that really believe that gender balance is needed in our organization, which is a key success factor, I would say. And then action speaks louder than words, like we said in the beginning. It's about doing concrete actions, like having the network add her, like mentorship, like visualizing role models, like having unconscious bias trainings, because we see that you're not always conscious about these things that can give or hinder women to succeed. So thereby you need to educate yourself and your entire organization about unconscious bias. Also on the recruitment side, always make sure that you have a female and a male as the final candidates, and also the ones recruiting, that you have male and female representatives on that side, because they are supposed to represent your company when you recruit, right? So I want to move the dial forward, and also I would say always have your gender balance glasses on. So whatever you do in your organization, think about, did I think about the gender balance aspect? That's if there would be one silver bullet, yes, that would be it. And of course, for the male population of any organization to really get engaged also into these questions. I think that's super key. And we're not perfect. We're trying our best. We're on a journey, and we are working relentlessly with gender balance. I'm super proud that ADHER is now on its 11th year, one part of our gender balance initiative here at Sogeti.
It's all about walking the talk, right?
It's all about walking the talk and doing it in a pragmatic way, so it's not too complicated when you want to move the dial. So for anybody out there who wants to know how we did it and how we are managing to still grow this network 11 years later, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you, Therese.
Thank you.